Hey, I'm Sean. I do the operations, planning, coordinating, a lot of various things for Tip the Hats. So my team is kind of the operations team. We kind of use it as like a catch-all for the various things that come up in planning a massive show like this. It's a lot of off-site contacting and emailing, a lot of on-site logistics that need coordinated. So the operations team is very much co-captained by me and Jason. I wouldn't function very well without him, and I hope he's grateful to have me around. It's kind of a two-person job. It'd be very overwhelming if it was one person. I think it would take a lot of the fun out of it too, because it's nice being able to plan and hang out and do all this with one of my best friends.
Hi, my name is Jason. Some people know me as Whisker Online. Basically, I handle all of the data and spreadsheets within Tip of the Hats. So a lot of the spreadsheets that I work on involve keeping all the information on staff organized. We also have documents for, like hotel lodging, keeping track of flights and stuff like that for attendees.
So a lot of work for our event starts, months in advance. It's a lot of when can we do this, what weekend works, and then once we figure out what weekend works, what venues are available. Once we pick out a venue, where can we stay? Who's available to come to our event during that weekend? It's so many different elements that need coordinating. Most of what me and Jason work on throughout the planning stages is trying to make sure everything all falls together on this one weekend.
Just in general, it's a whole lot of information that kind of keeps the flow of the show going and organized, because it's easy to lose track of information. The best example of that would be the event schedule. We used to only have the day runs for each day of the event each year, but now the spreadsheet actually keeps track of like talent utilization, segment utilization, so we can see how many hours certain segments are getting played. In general, it's become sort of its own beast that gets referenced a lot throughout the show.
There's some other on-site team members that we would be a lot worse off without. Lauren Mala, she does a lot of coordinating on-site logistics. Fender, McBender, and Oak are new this year. They help out a lot, getting stuff put together for us on-site. And actually, One Step Camp, they work with us a ton, very closely since 2015 on coordinating a lot of on-site logistics. A lot of us don't live in Chicago, only a couple of us do. So it's very nice to lean on them as a kind of a local resource when needed, and just being able to work really closely with them as far as things like getting the PayPal and stuff sorted. There's a lot of stuff that only they can help us with, and we're incredibly grateful to have them be willing to help us with what we need help with.
The becoming of Spreadsheet Wizard started back in probably 2014 or 2015, because that was mainly when we had everyone working on spreadsheets. It was a core component of the show. Then people started to specialize with different teams. Like Lang used to work on a lot of the original spreadsheets we had, and then he started moving away to work on the technical stuff, like the coding stuff. That was probably the major driving factor on why I started picking up a lot of the spreadsheet slack. And just from there, just put on the robe and move forward with it.
So one of the segments that's the most challenging segment to plan is the Dota Fortress segment. It requires getting 40 people into the same Discord at the same time for a TF2 match. And then they have to sit around and wait to get drafted. And then we have to tell the host who's being drafted and then put the picks on the screen. It's definitely the most complicated event to coordinate. A ton of logistics that goes into it. And that's just one of the segments of the event. There's so many different segments and elements that need to come together at the same time.
Yeah, we've been putting a lot of work into organizing and getting the logistics of this all down and putting a lot of thought into the segments. So hopefully it shows on stream.
So yeah, now Tip the Hats is here. It's months and months and months of work and weeks of crunch time, and all of a sudden it just happens. And I hope all the work and all the effort that everybody has put into it in the last year has added up to be something that you guys are really looking forward to, because I'm looking forward to it a lot.